Hey guys, what's happening? VenomousFatman here. I'm bringing you an OTGT right now. This is my review of Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1. Now, I've waited on a game like this for such a long time because there have been so many really bad Sonic games, ever since Sonic and Knuckles, or I should actually say Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. A lot of the 3D Sonic games have not been up to par with their 8-bit counterparts. Some of the best Sonic the Hedgehog gameplay, take it from a fan that's, first video game was Sonic the Hedgehog. His best was when it was 2D on a 2D plane platformer from left to right. You were running across the screen getting from point A to point B in different acts. That was some of the best Sonic the Hedgehog gameplay because it was all about the speed, getting through the actual stage as fast as you can, avoiding enemies, and getting the Chaos Emeralds while defeating Dr. Robotnick, or now these days, Dr. Eggman. So anyway, this game was really needed by Sega. They went all the way back to the old school. What is it that really made Sonic good and put into a game and expanded upon it? This is obviously, the first in a couple episodes. I really hope, at one point when if they do make about 3, maybe 4 episodes of Sonic the Hedgehog 4, they put it into all one, culmination of games or on an actual disc, kind of like, where all the DLCs are all put together for like a particular downloadable game. But anyway, what's so good about Episode 1? It gets it right. That's what it really gets, okay? Sonic really needed this game. Sonic was pretty much, he was in such a, a disastrous position where, we had Sonic Unleashed not too long ago, and that game was utterly horrible. I myself, as well as a lot of other critics out there, did not enjoy that game because we wanted really our old school Sonic. We wanted that nostalgic feeling, and that's what Sonic the Hedgehog 4 does. It really plays on your sense of nostalgia because a lot of the enemies, a lot of the levels, and a lot of the different types of things you go about actually defeating the actual enemies and the different bosses in this game, Robotnik and stuff, really plays on what was done and how could it be expanded upon from some of the older games. The first boss of Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is a playoff of how Robotnik was the first boss of the very first level, where he starts off similar to how the very first time you actually fought him in Sonic the Hedgehog 1 starts, and then after you hit him a couple of times, he totally changes his routine and actually starts attacking you in different ways. That actually happens with all the different bosses, all the way up to the final boss. A little bit of a spoiler, I'm not going to give too much away, but it really, is a throwback to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. In case you guys don't know what the Death Egg is, go check that out in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You'll definitely see a lot of the similarities between the two. So anyway, it throws back to a lot of stuff that was done right in Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. What didn't I like about this game? What I thought was interesting, and a lot of people thought at one point was interesting, was that Sonic's partner, Tails, Miles Tails Prowler, wasn't included in this game. In the very, I believe it's the second to last level or the very last level, you see Sonic go on an actual rocket ship that has Tails' logo on it, which is just 2 tails, hanging out and stuff, hinting at that Tails is still at least part of the universe. So I'm hoping at one point, when Episode 2 is released, they actually implement Tails into the mix, and hopefully, you get a whole multiplayer aspect to the game, and hopefully, they'll take it even one step further, and if they do make an Episode 3, they'll throw Knuckles into the mix, so you have 3 guys going up, or 3, animals going up against Dr. Eggman. So that would be pretty cool in my opinion. Obviously, like I said, there's no multiplayer aspect. This is just solely a single-player game. One cool thing that I did find out looking around on the net is that if you actually get all 7 Chaos Emeralds by the time you actually beat Robotnik, you get a preview of Episode 2 and actually give some insight of what's going to go on and stuff. So anyway, overall, this game is really good. It's really great throwback to Sonic. Sonic, finally got a game that was worthy of an actual good score on a lot of different gaming websites and critics. So hopefully they get Episode 2 even right at the same time and they make it even better. So that's just my opinion, guys. I love Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1. Leave your comments and video responses. I don't mind. Just keep it civil. Let me know if you guys like this game. Let us know, what your whole thoughts on this. Some of the tough parts, because there are some tough parts I should mention, especially the end of the game. A lot of people say that it's insanely tough, but it is possible to get through. There is a strategy to doing the whole thing. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. VFM is out, guys. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to y'all later.